Welcome. Welcome to our long-awaited Quebec High Blue and Gold Day and our pep rally. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. This morning, we'll take the chance to recognise the students and staff who've been representing our school, and we'll be able to restart our season, which was brought to a halt in late December. Ms. Breton and Ms. Slattery have already outlined what aspects of behaviour we value and expect at Quebec High School. I can only reinforce that by pointing out how being part of a team, being a minor official, and certainly a spectator at our games brings responsibility with it. It goes without saying that at Quebec High, we take our basketball season very seriously. We want you to develop as players. We want you to do well and improve. But there are some very important life lessons to be learnt along the way. And those are the most important things. I can assure you, because I've been here a heck of a long time, that when we play in a league, as we do, other schools are trying to beat you. It's competitive sport. They're trying to win, you're trying to win. That's why we keep the score. But that's why we practice twice a week. And we offer concentration in the morning, because we want our teams to improve. We want to win too. I think if you look around the gym, you'd agree that we've been pretty successful in the past. But the basketball aspect is just one thing to consider. There are bigger and more important aspects to it all. Playing competitive sport teaches us to be part of a team, and also the unbelievably important values of sportsmanship, with all its unwritten laws and things we must do and things we must never do. Being part of a team demands you to be reliable, responsible, respectful to your teammates and the coach. And most importantly, you need to grasp the concept of putting we, the team, in front of me, the individual. Team comes first. Within sportsmanship come the values of respect, responsibility, kindness, compassion, empathy, integrity, and humility. Respect for your teammates, respect for your coach, the referees, the opposition, and of course for the game itself and its traditions. Being responsible for your behaviour on and off the court is paramount. Remember, you have Quebec High on the front of your jersey. You're representing this school. Behaving appropriately on and off the court is so important here. Yes, it does matter what people think of us. There are going to be times when your opponents might say and do things that are not kosher. That's when self-control comes in. We don't have control how our opponents behave, but we certainly have control over ourselves and our team's behaviour. As a spectator, do you act responsibly and show self-control? When you yell out displeasure to a referee, do you really know what you're saying? Do you really have any idea of the rules? More importantly, can you imagine yourself with a uniform and a whistle being in front of a couple of hundred people and trying to make the right calls? In all honesty, and I hate saying this, but we have to be honest with ourselves, some of the behaviour at our games this year hasn't been up to par. And that needs to change. In fact, some of the behaviour's just been outright embarrassing. When I receive complaints from other schools and from the league about things said and done at this school, just doesn't make me feel too good. What about showing compassion and kindness and empathy? If we're too strong for the opposition, we make sure we win with humility, and we certainly don't embarrass them. If we're being beaten badly, surely that's what we would want. We don't want to be embarrassed. If an opponent is injured or we've hurt someone, surely we go over to see them if they're okay. Clap them back to the bench. Maybe as a spectator, instead of just brushing it off. Maybe you could offer to go and get that person, that injured player, some ice. Showing honesty, integrity implies that we're playing within the rules of the game and not trying to bend the rules and cheat. Simply accepting the referee's decision and getting on with it without complaining and whining. Being humble implies being gracious in victory and defeat. There's nothing worse than a sore loser who refuses to accept defeat, and the first thing they do is look for excuses. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. By the same token, a cocky, overconfident, ungracious winner who never gives credit to the opposition is even worse, in my opinion. As I've mentioned, I've been here for a while and I've coached a lot of teams. Ex-players have contacted me and said, "Gee whiz, coach, do you remember the team we had that year? We won this, we won that regional banner, and we won that tournament. Gee whiz, we had a good team." And I'd say, yeah, we had a pretty good team. You guys were good. But most importantly, when we'd leave a tournament and the tournament organizer would come up to me and say, "Mr. Weston, your boys are very well behaved. You've got a really nice team. Most importantly, they represent Quebec High very well." That is the most important thing as far as I was concerned. They have lifetime memories and friendships that they developed over 5 years playing together. They realise how playing sport for Quebec High taught them to behave appropriately, which brings credit to our school and gives us a good reputation to uphold. In closing, just a few thank yous. Our season couldn't have run as it has so far without Miss Peterson and Mr. Weston Jr. turning up on Thursdays and Fridays here and supervising games. Thank you very much to both of you. Thank you to the parent volunteers who've checked the vaccine passports and made sure we're following protocol. Thank you to the students who've stepped up and have really done a fantastic job minor officiating our games. Your hard work is vital to our program and much appreciated. And lastly, and very importantly, to our dedicated coaches here who are spending countless hours coaching and guiding our teams. Thank you very much. Now, let's get ready for the last 2 months of the season. The season has been extended, so the 50% capacity directive in our gym finishes on February the 28th. There'll be no more vaccine passports from the 14th of March. So we're headed towards a full gym, a full crowd here at the pit.